Hello everyone, myself am Anjali, lecturer in Biotechnology Department, Chambers College, Palakollu. In the fourth semester, Biotechnology having Immunology paper. In this Immunology paper, first topic is Immune System and Cells of Immune System. In this Immunology paper, we are having a 5 units. First unit is Immune System. In this immune system, we have to study about cells of immune system and organs of immune system and different types of immunity present in our body. And also coming to second unit. In the second unit, we have to study about antibody and antigen. And in this unit, we have to study about antibody structure and function also, and also antigen structure and function also. Coming to third unit, immunity. In this immunity is we have to study about cell mediated immunity and TC mediated immunity and MHC, major histocompatibility, and also coming to fourth unit, hypersensitivity and vaccination. In this, the hypersensitivity is present in our body and vaccination production and also principle of vaccination can be studied in this unit. And coming to fifth unit, in this fifth unit we have immunological techniques. These immunological techniques are ELISA and hybridoma technology, and different methods are involved in this technique, and these immunological techniques are used in immunological department also. Next, coming to our topic, immune system. In this, immune system can be defined as first line of defense or epithelial integrity or skin or mucosal surfaces. This immune system can be or function as two types. First one is defense against pathogens. That means this immune system can releases antibodies against foreign antigen. These are explained in this defense against pathogens, that are inside cells kill the infected cells. Inside cells means antibodies and infected cells means the antigen can be infected into our body. That antigens are killed by antibodies present in our body. Coming to two phases of response, and two phases of response are handle the acute infections. So this antibody or immune system can be handle the acute infections in our body and prevent future infections also. So once the antibodies are produced in our body, that antibodies are having a memory. So whenever the future antigens are entered into our body, these antibodies are again fight with antigens and cure the disease. That means this is immune system. Coming to Nobel Prizes of immune system in the year of 2011. So that topic is innate immunity and adaptive immunity. And innate and adaptive immunity are one of the major processes in immunology. So innate immunity means rapid immunity and adaptive means slower immunity, and that innate immunity halts infection, no memory, and adaptive immunity clears the infection and having a memory. Coming to innate and adaptive immunity are explained in the previous slide, that is in the diagrammatic presentation. This left side having a innate immunity, that are microbes are entered into our body, the phagocytes are coming to function, and that natural killer cells can be kills antigen, and after that that can be cures. And coming to adaptive immunity also, the antibodies are bind with antigens, and after that T lymphocytes and effector T cells are can be functioned in this adaptive immunity also. Next, coming to immune system. In this immune system, in our body, we having lots of organs and cells are present to clear or cure the antigens infected cells. That means although the lymphoid system consists of various separate tissues and organs, it functions as single entity. These are functioned single entities. Coming to immune system, we are having a cells and organs also. These cells are innate response and several cell types, and in these cells are having more number of or several number of cells are present. These having a adaptive response in lymphocytes. And coming to organs, these organs are primary where lymphocytes develop or mature. Whenever the lymphocytes are developed or matured, this stage is primary stage. And coming to secondary stage, where mature lymphocytes and antigen presenting into the cell interact to initiate specific immune response, is secondary stage. Coming to circulatory system, that circulatory system present in our blood, and lymphatic system. These lymphatic system are present in lymphocytes or lymph. Coming to cells or leukocytes or white blood cells. These cells are studied in a brief is granulocytes. Granulocytes having a neutrophil, eosinophil and basophils. Coming to non-granulocytes, whereas granulocytes are not present in a sites is monocyte and lymphocytes. These are two different, and that means the colored one is granulocytes, and the second two different colors are present in is non-granulocytes. That granules are centrifuged, and that non-granulocytes are present in the middle, in the lower of the bottom of the test tube, and supinant are present, or granulocytes are present in a higher. So coming to the cells of immune system arises from pluripotent hematopoietic system cells. So most of the cells are present or coming from or produced by pluripotent hematopoietic system cells. So this hematopoietic system can produce more number of cells that are useful to our immune system through two main lines of differentiation. So that two main lines are myeloid and lymphoid. Coming to myeloid lineage produce phagocytes, and these phagocytes and neutrophils and other cells. This myeloid can only produce or can produce phagocyte and also neutrophils. And coming to lymphoid, in this lymphoid lineage can produce lymphocytes. Myeloid can produce phagocytes and also neutrophils and other cells also. But lymphoids, coming to lymphoids, they can only produce lymphocytes. Coming to hematopoiesis. Hematopoiesis is pluripotent hematopoietic system cells give rise to second generation stem cells with restricted lineage potential equal to, or that means progenitor cells. In this stem cells can be preserved, or that stem cells are coming from bone marrow, or that stem cells are present in mother's or umbilical cord. That umbilical cord are real source of stem cells. That stem cell having a more capability to produce intensity of to cure disease, and the stem cells having a energy to cure or capability to cure antigenic bacteria or viruses. Whenever the antigen enters into our body, these stem cells are produces antibodies effectively, and that antibodies are functioned into antigens. These processes are mainly capable with hematopoietic stem cells only. So here coming to hematopoietic stem cells here, how many types of can generate many number of cells. That means the coming to hematopoietic cells, these hematopoietic stem cells can generate myeloid progenitor and also dendritic cells. So dendritic cells are divided like this. That means macrophages and monocytes and neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils and erythrocytes, and these are coming from dendritic cells, and also granulocytes and eosinophilic cytes, basophilic progenitor. These progenitors are coming from myeloid progenitors. And coming to self-renewing, whenever the hematopoietic stem cells are starting to self-renewing, they can produce lymphoid progenitors, and these lymphoid progenitors can be produce T cells and B cells. And coming to lymphoid progenitor can also produce natural killer cells. Though these natural killer cells can be plays a main role in our immune system, and that lymphoid progenitor also produces dendritic cells, dendritic cells by self or directly produces dendritic cells. But these lymphoid progenitor can indirectly produces T cells and B cells. T cells can produces Th helper cells and Tc cytotoxic T cells, and B cells can produces B cells also, and these only the lymphoid progenitor cell can be produces dendritic cell in the directly, and also natural killer cells also. So these are all about diagrammatic representation of cells present in immune system. Coming to first response, that means whenever the antigen is into our body, the cells can be responded, or in the surface area of body, the cells can be respond like this. And here pluripotent means pluripotent cells are hematopoietic stem cells that can be initiated or produces by common myeloid progenitor. That progenitors are produces granulocytes lineage, and these are coming to eosinophils, basophils and neutrophils. These are one of the or first responders of immune system. Coming to granulocytes. Granulocytes is front line of attack during immune system. That means the granulocytes are plays a major role or initiative role in immune system. This means the part innate immune response. That means the granulocytes are plays a major role or first role in the attack of antigen. And coming to identified by characteristic staining pattern of granules and released in contact with pathogens, proteins with distinct functions, killing or regulation of other cells, tissue modeling, and all have multi-lobed nucleus. These nucleus having a special characterization of multi-lobed nuclei. Coming to neutrophils, these neutrophils are one of the main effector cell in a innate immune system. Innate immune system, I already told about innate immune system. This innate immune system can mainly or plays a major role in neutrophils, or neutrophils can place major role in innate immune system. 50 to 70% of white blood cells are present in the neutrophils and released from bone marrow. These neutrophils released from the bone marrow and circulate 7 to 10 hours. Whenever the bone marrow can be released into body, or whenever the neutrophils can be released from bone marrow, these neutrophils can circulate 7 to 10 hours, enter, and then after that enters into tissue, live only a 5 days. In this after the releasing of from a bone marrow, these neutrophils can only live from 7 to uh, live only from a few days. That means 7 to 10 days, like a few days of living on of neutrophils. And coming to numbers and recruitment increase during infection. Whenever the infection has been increased, the neutrophils of can be increases simultaneously, and the leukocytosis, that processor is leukocytosis. And next one is shown to kill microorganisms by phagocytosis 100 years ago. So the after that, main cellular components of pus. This main cellular component is pus. Next one is neutrophils. These neutrophils are based on staining qualities of granules. So coming to diagrammatic representation, these are real neutrophils that are identified in the stained section of microscope. These are appears in like this. So these are 7 to 10 hours in blood, then migrate into tissue. So whenever the bone marrow can releases neutrophils, these neutrophils can be circulate in our body and or blood. Then it can be migrates into directly migrates into tissues. The first responder the first responders are neutrophils, and then motile and phagocytosis. Next, here we are having a schematic of how neutrophils shape the immune response. So whenever the immune system can want to affect or show some function on antigen, the neutrophils can shape that immune system. So these are mainly place, or these are main function of neutrophils in our immune system. And second one is basophils. Coming to basophils, 1% of leukocytes. These are one of the leukocyte or from the leukocyte. So here non-phagocytic. These are non-phagocytic. That means they doesn't have any function or relation from phagocytosis. So in this, nucleus absorbed by coarse blue and granule. That means here we have to observe this nucleus, like that is a blue color dot can be observed like the basophil nucleus. This blue color can be indicates basophil nucleus. Important in some allergic responses. So whenever the body can responses or produces allergies in our body, these basophils can be coming to function in a allergies. So here we have to identify mast cells. These are all about in our body presenting tissues. In the tissue we have to observe mast cells. These mast cells are leave bone marrow as undifferentiated cell and matured in tissues. So here bone marrow as undifferentiated cells and mature in tissues. So this bone marrow is undifferentiated and also mature in tissues. Whenever the tissue having this bone marrow, that can be mature and maybe related to basophil. So they are asking question about you. Next, eosinophil. So in this eosinophil, the eosinophil is bilobal nuclei. So we have to observe that. So in this blue color dot or blue stained thing is nucleus, that is bilobed, means one lobe is single lobe and two lobes are bilobed. So we have to clearly observe that bilobed nucleus. So here coming to these eosinophils mainly having a bilobed nucleus, and that second one is motile and phagocytic. So these are related from phagocytosis, and these are going to function in phagocytosis also, and killing of antibody coated parasites. So these can kill antibody or antibody coated parasite also, and degranulation of substances that kill parasite and worms. And coming to here, examples of proteins contained in neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. In the previous slides, I have explained neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. Some of examples of proteins contained, what are the proteins are present in neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. These are can be listed in this table also. Coming to myeloid antigen presenting cells. These myeloid cells also produced by stem cells. These myeloid cells are monocytes, macrophages, dendritic cells. So coming to here, phagocytic, that means the myeloid cells are also phagocytic and digest into peptides present on cell surface. These myeloid antigen presenting cells are present only in cell surfaces only, and then bridge between innate and adaptive immune system. They can form these presenting cells, myeloid antigen presenting cells can form a bridge between innate and adaptive immune system also, and make contact with antigens in periphery and then interact with lymphocytes in lymph nodes. Coming to here, pluripotent stem cells are modified or produced by myeloid lineage. These myeloid lineages can be identified or produce monocytes, and these monocytes are produces monocytes to macrophages. So these are, there is the last one is macrophage, and these are monocytes, and coming to that producer cell is myeloid lineage. This myeloid lineage coming from pluripotent cells, stem cells. Coming to next one is monocyte. This monocyte having a mononuclear. Mono means a single nuclear can be placed into the monocyte. So that's why the cell are named as monocyte. And this monocyte is circulate into the blood from 8 hours. After this production or produced by this uh, monocyte from a stem cell, these can be circulated into our body, that means 8 hours. These are having a mononuclear shape is bean shaped nucleus. So that's why these are named as monocyte. Coming to macrophage. In this monocytes enter tissues and become fully mature macrophages or dendritic cells. These monocytes enters into the tissues and become fully mature macrophages. So whenever the monocytes enters into a tissue, they will be mature and mature macrophages. So next one is enlarge, become phagocytic. So after that these monocytes are enters into the tissue, they can be enlarged and become a phagocytic, and then free versus fixed tissue. whenever the monocytes are entered or the macrophages are released, they are freely falling in blood or fixed with a tissue. After that, special names in different organs, that is surface receptors of antibodies. So here we have to we clearly observe that macrophages, these first image is um, this first image is from microscopic image, and next then we have to observe the phagocytosis or macrophage full form of diagrammatic representation. Next, dendritic cells. These dendritic cells are heterogeneous myeloid and lymphoid origins. Heterogeneous means having a more number of characters of myeloids, and lymphoid origins. This can be origin from lymphoids, and whist apis from presenting to native T cells. So these are discovered by Ralph Steeman in the year of 1970s, just received Nobel Prize in 2011. The name of long processes actively extended and retrack sampling antigen and examine T cells, and also capture antigens in one place, then migrate present antigens in another place. So whenever the dendritic cells can be functioning, they can be capture antigens in one place, and then they can be migrate the presenting antigens to one place to another place. This functioning capable only from dendritic cell. These dendritic cells are mature. That means change in functionally from antigen capture to antigen presentation. So these are diagrammatic representation of dendritic cells. So these are also dendritic cells, diagrammatic representation of dendritic cells. And coming to this, the hematopoiesis. These hematopoiesis, most of the cells are all the cells are produced by these pluripotent stem cells. That cells can be modified myeloid lineage. This myeloid lineage is megamyeloid lineage, and after that they can produce and finally platelets. Next one, megakaryocytes. These megakaryocytes, diagrammatic representation in microscope. That too, electronic microscope clearly observes the megakaryocyte. In this megakaryocytic diagrammatic representation having a platelets, that megakaryocytes can produce these platelets. So here we are having a platelet. These platelets are clearly observed in this image. So here we are having a blood clot in fibrinogen. That means these all are blood clot, like red blood cells. In this here this thread like structure is fibrinogen. So these red blood cells and fibrinogen can be seen in this image. And also hematopoiesis. Same here, we can produce pluripotent stem cells from the pluripotent cell. It can produce myeloid lineage, and after that it can produce erythroids. Erythroid means red blood cells. After that the cells can be entered into our body. Next, lymphocytes. In this, lymphocytes are three types. That means 20 to 40% of white blood cells. They cannot be distinguished morphologically. That means these lymphocytes cannot be distinguished or differentiated morphologically. And these three types of lymphoid cells are T cells, B cells, and natural killer cells. So T cells are helper cells. and B cells are become antibody producing plasma cells and natural killer cells, part of the immune or innate immune response. Coming to T and B lymphocytes, and T and B lymphocytes are large nucleus with dense heterochromatin and having a these T and B lymphocytes are having a large number of nucleuses, that is thin rim of cytoplasm. These are having a thin rim of cytoplasm. So here we can easily observe that T cells and also B cells. So examples of lymphocytes. Here we have lots of examples of lymphocytes, that are lymphocytes electronic microscope representation are lymphocytes and also plasma cells. These lymphocytes can be having different sites, that are Th helper cells and also Tc, and means cytotoxic T cells, and after that B cells and lymphocyte with red blood cells. Say here having a lymphocytes and also red blood cells. Here coming to plasma cells. Plasma cells is clearly observe plasma in the cell, and after that we having a natural killer cell, and here these natural killer cells are diagrammatic representation or observation of from a electronic microscope, and these are this natural next image is diagrammatic representation of natural killer cells. And coming to here, small lymphocyte T or B, and that too 6 mm diameters. So these are small lymphocyte in a diagrammatic representation. Coming to blast cell. So these are 15 mm diameter. Next, plasma cell B, 15 mm diameter. Next, plasma cell perinuclear Golgi and abundant layers of endoplasmic reticulum. So here we are having an endoplasmic reticulum with the plasma cell perinuclear Golgi. So in these cells are observed in this slide also. Next, antigen presenting cells. Whenever the antigen having these cells, that are three kinds of cell presenting antigen to T cells. That cells are dendritic cell, macrophages and B cells. So a clear diagrammatic representation of dendritic cell and also macrophage and B cell. These are observed in electronic microscope also and diagrammatic representation also. Thank you so much for your listening.